Hunger strike, day 9. How's everything going?
Yeah, today's day 9. It's getting quite cold. A bit tiring, not really hungry. But yeah, so it's beginning to sort of slow down as an experience.
Pitched in a tent outside the Foreign Office, Richard Ratcliffe says his protest is directed at the government and its continuing failure to bring back his wife from Iran.
We'd been dissatisfied for a while with the government strategy. It felt like it's just managed waiting. It's not going anywhere. It's, there's lots of words but no actions. It felt like, well, if the government won't do anything, then we need to.
Nazanin Zaghari Ratcliffe was detained in Iran 5 years ago while on holiday with her daughter. The aid worker served a 5-year sentence after she was accused of being a spy. She's now being threatened with more time in jail.
The status quo is not tenable. You can't just leave an innocent person being held and played with like this by the Iranian authorities for it's now 5.5 years.
This story has its roots in the 1970s when Britain sold tanks to the then Shah of Iran. Tehran paid for the order, but when the Islamic Revolution happened, the UK government kept the money and the tanks were never delivered. Nazanin's MP says the UK must repay the $400 million it took 40 years ago.
And it's very unfortunate for her, an innocent woman who's been caught between two countries for a debt that she didn't cause, used as a bargaining chip. We've got to make sure that if we want to prioritise her and her family and their young daughter, we've got to pay the money back.
I feel incredible sympathy for Richard and Nazanin, and what I would say to him, as I did say when we met, is I'm doing all I can to get Nazanin home.
When was the last time you spoke to Nazanin and how is she?
You spoke to her this morning. Worried by this, if I'm honest. Husband on hunger strike in the street is a strange thing for any wife to go through, and worried for Gabriella, our daughter, and how the impact on her is.
And you mentioned your daughter. How is she finding her father on hunger strike?
Yeah, a bit unsettling the first couple of days. The more recent days, we had a few of our classmates down. We were carving pumpkins. That made it more fun. We'll see as the days go on. I think the longer this goes on, the more morbid it could become. And there's obviously, it's important we protect her from that.
When do you decide to stop?
If it goes too far, then I'll end up in hospital. But it's an extreme act. It's meant to be embarrassing to the government. And we're looking for a reaction.
He now faces another night in the cold with no food, waiting for justice. RagsMartel, ITV News, Westminster.